I just had another damn transfer from the light rail to the Route 60 not work out for me. This happens more often than it doesn't, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I knew it was dicey when I looked at the app coming over, but I was hoping maybe, just maybe, that the Route 60 would get hung up in traffic and be running a little bit late, but it's I just barely missed it. You can probably see it. So I see the train up there. Nope, I don't see it. It must have already made it around the corner. But anyway, when I was in the train approaching the station there, it showed the 60 as being already left the transit center and being on 19th Avenue approaching Bethany home. But it looks, by the time I departed the train, it looks like it managed to make the left and is going down Bethany right now. So yeah, not the first time I've had this happen. So just quicker to walk. At least it's a nice day out today. I want to say it's about 80 degrees ish. I think shoot. I don't think this one has a weather widget on it. I really miss my iPhone. I mean, I'm getting by with these 3 different Androids, 2 of which are Obama phones. But yeah, I don't have a weather widget installed on this one. And I don't have my hotspot set up to use the other one, which I think has a weather widget. Anyway, feels like it's about 80 degrees. It's pretty nice out today. So as much as having to do this walk is kind of annoying, because the next bus won't be along for 30 minutes or possibly more, at least I think I'm going to make it to Bullock's in time for breakfast. So it's I guess I should say the date and time, huh? It's 12:34 p.m. Friday, April 15th, 2022. It's Good Friday. Yeah, I think they serve breakfast until, for the longest time I thought they only served it between 11 and 12, but I think they serve it until 1 o'clock. And I've mentioned it so many times in this vlog, but in case you haven't caught that, Bullock's does a really awesome breakfast for $2. And it's nothing really amazing other than the fact that it's a lot of food for $2. 2 eggs prepared however you want it. I like that street sign there. 2 eggs prepared however you want it. And usually I get mine scrambled with onions and cheese, which is freaking delicious. And also 2 slices of toast, which is, it's toast. They give you a packet of jelly. I think it's great. I'm not so fond of that, but hey, it's it's a $2 breakfast, what you want, and a little thing of butter. And then there's also a couple of deep fried hash brown patties. Those are a little greasy, a little on the mediocre side, but again, at the price, can't really complain. And then also a couple of slices of bacon, which always hits the spot. So, and sometimes when I'm feeling hungry, I'll get a double breakfast for $4, which is just an insanely large amount of food for $4. Don't think I'm going to do the double today, though. Not really that hungry. Doesn't seem like it was really that long ago that I got a burrito at Circle K on the way home from Bullock's at Circle K at 44th and 44th and Camelback while I was waiting, doing my 25-minute bus transfer. That dog needs to shut up. Oh, look, there's another house for sale over here with a sale pending already. Probably to a corporate buyer. That always seems to be the way it's going. This is a neat one. It's a lot cooler than the last house that was for sale on this street. Got a neat looking lattice on the front patio, and and an interesting addition that was put on top of the garage. It looks like they got a back patio upstairs as well, off that addition. It's kind of an odd place for an addition, but it looks cool. Anyway, not like it's anything I can afford, and as stated before, I really wouldn't want to live in this neighborhood anyway. But of all the streets that I walk through, residential streets in somewhat bad neighborhoods, this is an oddly good street. But doesn't change the fact that it's surrounded by kind of a high crime area. Anyway, trying to remember when my last video let off yesterday. I know I shot quite a few yesterday, but its memory's kind of blurry. Anyway, as I stated at the end of my last video, I did forget to bring my cables that on last Saturday night, I rode the bus all the way to, I had a hell of a time doing it too, since the 106 was kind of a whack situation. It seemed like over half the 106s were canceled on Saturday, which really sucks when you consider the 106 only runs every half hour. So yeah, you had ones that were canceled, then you had ones that were running massively off schedule, to the point that the app was having trouble showing when it would actually show up. Anyway, I just like Saturday, that was pretty much, $30 for the cable at Guitar Center, and pretty much cost me my entire day trying to get over there. And it's not like that's the only thing I did Saturday, but yeah, it seemed like that consumed a good solid 4 hours of my day going to get that $30 cable. So it made me feel like a real idiot when I got into Bullock's early to realize that I had forgot to bring it. And of course, like, that would have been an annoyance. Oh, look, it's a bumper. That would have been an annoyance had I had my car, that would have cost me like 45 minutes of driving back home and driving back to the bar. But I realized I didn't have it at about 7 p.m. Generally speaking, I need to start setting up about 8 p.m. to be ready to get the show going at 9. And yeah, at 7 p.m. like that just about put me into a panic. Generally speaking, it takes me about 2 hours, between an hour and a half and 2 hours, but sometimes more, depending on how the transfers go and if I get stuck with a bus that's not actually running, going between Bullock's and my home. So at 7 o'clock, that was just simply an impossible situation. I needed to be setting up in an hour, not 2/3 of the way home on a bus. And I'm not sure who all I told when I realized my mistake. I think one of the first persons I told was Raina, which is one of the owners, Jim's wife. And she's like, well, can we just buy another one? I'm like, well, not really. And I'm thinking to myself, like, $30, like, maybe to them $30 isn't a lot of money, but to me $30 is a lot of money. So yeah, even if somebody gives me a ride to Guitar Center, like $30, that's a big ouch. To buy a cable that I've already bought. And also, there's no way I would have been able to do a round trip to Guitar Center and from there in an hour either, although that's a much shorter drive to Guitar Center than it is to my place. But yeah, and then she asked, well, is it a cord you can get at Savers? I'm like, no. There's not a lot in the way of shopping next to Bullock's. and I've shot some videos of the different places that are nearby there, and I mean, basically you got big lots, and that isn't something Big Lots is going to carry. In fact, I haven't seen really much in the way of audio video cables at Big Lots lately. I mean, there's a really small chance you might find it at Savers, but I mean, Savers is a thrift store, and it's just, you're just rolling the dice going in there to get something. I mean, there are certain things I can pretty much always count on getting there. I could probably count on getting myself a mouse or a keyboard there if I needed one in a pinch, but, or just a standard power cable, but, that kind of an audio cable. Basically, what I needed was to go 18 feet from dual 1/4-inch mono to RCA male. It's just not an easy common cable. That's not a common thing to find. In fact, they didn't even have a single cable that did that at Guitar Center. The longest one that they had that went from dual 1/4-inch mono to RCA male was, I think the longest one they had was 12 foot, and I needed 18 feet. So what I ended up going with, and I'm really glad I made this decision, what I ended up going with is they had a heavy-duty RCA cable, heavily shielded RCA cable that was the 18 foot. And then they had some adapters. And it took this second person helping me at Guitar Center to sort this out for me, because the first person was just like, oh, no, we don't have that. You're probably going to have to buy it online. And then he just bailed on me. Like, you're not spending enough money. Basically what he was saying to me without saying it to me was, you're not spending enough for me to earn any kind of real commission. So if you could just fuck off over there, that'd be great. I'm going to go help other customers. But I did get another person to come over and help me, and that was kind of annoying that I had to round up another person, but I looked over the cables after the one guy kind of ditched me there, and found the 18-foot RCA cable. And then when I got the other person, I'm like, well, hey, do you guys have adapters? So if you got an adapter that goes to 1/4-inch mono male to RCA female, that just, I could put 2 of those on this cable, I'd be good to go. And not only did they have that adapter, but they had that adapter with a 90 degree angle on it, which I didn't even realize those were a thing. So they were a little bit more, and I got those, and really happy with the way they came together. Instead of having the cords coming straight out the back of my mixer, they come out at a nice 90 degree angle, and it just makes the whole connection just a lot sleeker, a little less stress on the connection, and it was really nice to have the show last night without any cutting out, because I mean, it's gotten to the point where the left channel is just constantly cutting out, and I was just basically stepping on this RCA butt connector, where I was going from I want to say a 6-foot cable. Yeah, I think I had a 6-foot, also a Guitar Center cable, which may or may have not had a shorten in it. Like when I was at Guitar Center, I thought about returning it, and I'm like, I don't even know that the short is in this cable. It could be in the RCA butt connector. It could be in the RCA cable that I'm connecting it to. So I just know that at that connection, I got it cutting out. And but yeah, we'd cut out the left channel constantly and the right channel occasionally, and it got to the point where the only solution was just to kind of thump it, kick it, wiggle it, and that's an okay temporary solution for a short and an audio cable, but they don't heal from that. They just get progressively worse, and it got to the point where it was just pretty fucking ridiculous at my show last week. So yeah, that was my big thing Saturday, to get to the bar and realize, fuck, I forgot it. And I was kind of hoping to just keep that inside the Amazon bag, but it just took up so much space in my bag that Sunday, after I walked home from the bar, oh my God, yeah, that was a fun video. My long kind of drunken, kind of high walk from Hideaway to my place. which at some point I'm wanting to use some of that footage that I shot. And it seemed like it was like jumping from one subject to another. It's because I was. At some point I want to use that footage to do a series of videos of how Phoenix actually is a bikeable city, as long as you know where to bike. Because obviously walking down a strode like Bethany Home, it kind of sucks as a pedestrian. It's just straight up deadly for a cyclist. But there are a lot of roads that are really decent for somebody to bike on, but they're not really designated as bike routes or with bike lanes. And that's kind of the sort of route that I took on Saturday night when I walked home from Hideaway. But the cord took up so much space in my bag that I just, as soon as I got home, I just took it out and sat the bag aside. I'm like, yeah, I need to remember to put this in my bag on Thursday, and of course I didn't. Speaking of the bag, I'm not sure I mentioned it. Also on Saturday night, after Guitar Center, but before Hideaway, I went to Ain't Nick's, and usually I get pretty good service at Ain't Nick. I mean, the karaoke DJs there always take great care of me, and the female bartenders that I know always take great care of me. And in fact, one of them, and I wish I knew her name, she's a absolutely gorgeous younger Latina that occasionally comes into Bullock's, although I haven't seen her there in a while. Absolute sweetheart, always takes really good care of me, and I always try to tip her fairly well. That's not who greeted me from behind the bar. In fact, it was the way I was greeted as soon as I walked in the building was it kind of gave me the vibe of tell me you think I'm a thief without telling me you think I'm a thief. Because I walked in and I've got my Amazon bag with me, shoulder bag, and I had my stuff that I just got from. Oh, look at this! They took out the other button. Over there where that cone is where the button has been. At least the rubble's gone, and now there's a cone. Where the rubble has been to press the button for the walk sign, and somebody took out this just happened. I don't even think it was like this yesterday. Somebody took this one out, did a hell of a job on it, and also took out the signal where the walk sign was. I'm pretty sure that was. Oh, nope. The walk sign is there. Oh no, there was some kind of sign there, and it's gone. Walk signal's still there saying don't walk. Got a walk signal there saying don't walk, but both buttons to activate those are destroyed by cars. That's adorable. All right, hey, this button's still there. I may as well use it. It doesn't give me any confirmation that I've pressed it. It's not saying anything or lighting up or anything. Yeah, I don't believe it works. I'm just gonna walk. Where was I? So anyway, I go into Ain't Nick's, and there's this big burly guy behind the bar, and the first thing he says to me is, "Hey, you can't have that bag in here. I'm gonna have to hold it in the office because we can't have you drinking out of you might be drinking out of your bag." It's like, really? That's what kind of person you think I am. Awesome, asshole. And of course, kind of a sexist thing as well, because there were two women just right down the way from me that had just as big of bags on their shoulders. But of course, that is a woman with a purse, so I guess that's okay. But a man that has a bag to carry the things that he needs to carry because he doesn't drive, somehow that's assumed. The default assumption is that I'm going to be drinking beverages as opposed to buying them at that bar, which of course made me not really want to buy much at the bar. I did ask him if I could bring the bag up to the karaoke host, since I knew the KJ really well, and he's like, yeah, no problem. And I brought it up, and the KJ thought that was kind of shitty for him to do that to me. And I'm like, yeah, I got my mail in there. I was kind of hoping to be able to read my mail while I waited for my song, but I guess I can't do that. And he's like, I'm sorry, dude. And, obviously he's a contract DJ. He's got no control over it. But then I went and sat down by the Mega Touch machine, and it was probably, I want to say it was 30 minutes before I got acknowledged and was able to actually get a drink. So it's like, it's like, maybe a better thing for him to have said when I walked in is, hey, welcome to 8 Nicks. What would you like to drink? Because then I would have ordered something. But, oh well, what you gonna do? Anyway, I'm here at Bullock's, so thanks for coming with On the Walk.